Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the interbubs. This is Rendog coming at ya in another Minecraft episode from the HermitCraft server. We're kicking things off today, my friends, from the foundations of our VADER'S FORTRESS MEGABASE in the Valley of Tatooren, where last episode we plonked down tens of thousands of blocks to get this insane project started. Since then, I've spent the past few days collecting all the resources we're going to need for this week's episode, and with a bit of luck and a ton of elbow grease, the plan is to spend the week grinding away at this project until we run out of freaking blocks to place. And speaking of the resources required to complete the construction of the Emperor's Fortress of immense power, here's what we're going to be working with today, my dudes. 18 shulker boxes of black concrete produced by the Sandcrawler factory this week, 14 shulker boxes of black stone mined out of the dark depths of the nether, and 7 shulker boxes of smooth stone we're going to need for a pretty serious terraforming project to start things off in today's episode. Now, to quickly recap, the plan for our megabase is to construct Darth Vader's fortress from the planet of Mustafar in the Star Wars universe. And last episode, we managed to lay down this skeleton structure of this immense building here in the Valley of Tatooren. However, over the course of a few live streams this week, I've decided that we need to do a bit more work on terraforming the terrain around the fortress to make it look a bit more like the reference image we're working from. And so, today, we're literally going to be building a mountain from the ground up. This may seem a bit nuts, my dudes, but if we take a look at our reference image, the idea here is to have the fortress sitting on the edge of a smoldering cliffside made out of blackstone, right? And even though we built the fortress in a mountain, it turns out that mountain was just not big enough to achieve our goals for this build. And so, against better judgment perhaps, we decided on stream that if we want the fortress to be sitting on a blackstone cliff, we're going to have to build that cliff ourselves by adding a massive extension to the edge of the Mesa Plateau that we're going to call the Emperor's Talon. As you can see, we've made some pretty decent progress on the Talon so far already. I've done my best to try and make the shape of it look as natural as possible, although there is still a butt ton of work we need to do on this though. So I'm going to spend the rest of the morning placing blocks and let's see how far we can get. Oh, and by the way, after many weeks of radio silence, I received a rather strange message from the Emperor this week on the holographic communicator. It looks like we need to get this fortress finished ASAP, guys. That crusty old maniac seems to be on his way over here from somewhere in the galaxy. Check it out.
Your Emperor is pleased with your progress on the fortress so far, Stargate.
Hey man, not sure if this communicator thing is working.
Have it ready for my arrival.
I jumped into hyperspace to come and find you.
Our convoy is en route from sector HC6-103.
Need some more gas for the van though. It's been a pretty long journey in space so...
Soon we shall be united in the darkness, Stargate.
Maybe you could ask around, maybe for a bit of loose change or something like that. You can get a bit of gas when we get there. But yeah man, we're on the way, man.
A very strange message indeed, my dudes. It looks like the Emperor might have been getting some broadcast interference on that one, right? No idea what that's all about, but the good news is I've almost finished building this artificial plateau extension and it's starting to look pretty freaking awesome out here in the valley. Although we've inadvertently created an extremely cool looking cave within the Emperor's Talon, it almost feels like we've created a whole new world down here, right? Although I doubt we'll be using this space for anything at this stage unless you guys out there have any cool ideas for it. Let me know in the comments below. And just a few more blocks to finish off the foundations of this artificial mountain, which now needs to get covered in thousands of blocks of blackstone. Yay! I'm not entirely sure why this is so hypnotic, but I have literally been staring up this bacon beam for the last 5 minutes or so. It just looks so cool. And is it just me, or has the internal texture of the beacon beam changed in 1.16? Anyhoozle, the next step for today is to update the map that we have created for the Valley of Tatooren in our hut over here, and I want to see what the Emperor's Talon looks like in all of its glory. I've been grinding away on this project for the last few days, and the most important thing that I've been trying to achieve is to make the Emperor's Talon look like it is a natural extension of this Mesa Plateau. I reckon updating the maps and looking at the build from a bird's eye perspective is going to give us a great idea of whether this entire crazy terraforming project is actually working. And of course, before we cover this entire thing in Blackstone, let's just make sure the shape of it is absolutely perfect so that we don't have to waste a bunch of time undoing stuff that we've already done, which is what I feel like I've been doing this entire season so far. Okay, the moment of truth has arrived, my friends. Let's get the maps back up on the wall and have a look at this extension. And you know what? That's looking pretty snazzy if I do say so myself. Although I think we still need to add a few more textures, craters, and contours to the top of this extension. But so far so good, guys. Looking great. It's the next day in real life, Samba Diggity Dogs, and I'm up at the crack of dawn today to continue work on our mega project out here in the Valley of Tatooren. Next step for the episode is to cover the Emperor's Talon in Blackstone. And later on today, I want to start working on the Emperor's Fortress. I want to fill the walls of this entire building with Blackstone today. It is going to look insane when it's done, guys. But one step at a time here, my dudes. We have blown through the majority of our smoothstone resources this week to create the foundations of the plateau. And next up, we're going to be covering all the smoothstone we can see with Blackstone. And I just hope I've collected enough of the stuff, because if I have to spend one more minute in the nether this week, I'm gonna pull my freaking hair out. Oh, and by the way, I just want to take a moment to say a quick shout out to all of you amazing people out there who have been coming to watch my live streams over the last couple of weeks. We've been doing most of the grind for the resource collection and block placing of this plateau extension project, and there are thousands of you out there who have come and sat with me for hours on end while we've literally just right-clicked and placed blocks over and over again to get this project done. So a big thanks to you live stream peeps for coming to hang out with me while we did this, and you really helped to make the project a lot more fun than it could have been. Thanks, guys. Whoops. One day and a live stream later, and we're starting to make some pretty serious progress on this project, guys. I'm really loving this Blackstone because it's helping to make that fortress pop a little bit better, isn't it? Because the Blackstone is a nice deep gray, it's contrasting amazingly well with the super deep blackness of the concrete in the fortress, and helping to define that building rather sweetly, I must say. Although the next step for me is to cover this entire thing in thousands of blocks of Blackstone. So I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna get down to some serious block placing, and in the meantime, let's head over to the shopping district, because I've heard through the grapevine that Mayor Scar has been doing some amazing work on the island, and on top of that, there's a pretty enticing deal currently available in Grian's Barge, and after all of this grind, I'm actually in the mood to spend some diamonds, my dudes. Oh, and I may or may not have been responsible for adding the smells to this Etho smells like message. Don't tell anybody, okay? Ooh, even from out here, I can see that the commercial district has definitely been jazzed up a little bit, and yep, look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. Mayor Good Times with Scar has been hard at work transforming our shopping district, and it looks like he has literally swapped every block of mycelium for beautiful, beautiful green grass. It's looking absolutely amazing. Jeez. On top of that, it looks like Mayor Scar has been working pretty hard at redesigning the road network of our shopping district, and let's be honest, this really needs to happen at the moment. The roads of the commercial district are an absolute mess, so a massive shout out to Scar. This is gonna be amazing. Road access pass required to connect to the Roud network. Dang, dudes, things are getting official up in here. Looks like our shop owners have some city planning laws to deal with in the near future, and you know what? I freaking love it. Anyway, we'll sneak into the barge around the back here. Don't tell Scar, guys, because apparently Grian has a rather tasty product on offer that I don't think I can resist. Barge mystery boxes. Pay 42 diamonds and take a box. What's inside? It's a mystery. Do not look before buying. Yo, barge face man, what's in the box, bro? Can you give me a clue, at least? Okay, it's gonna have to happen, my dudes. I can't stop myself. So here you go, Grian. 42 diamonds for one of these boxes. I mean, this is a face you can trust, right? I've got a good feeling about the middle one, and, well, we can't turn back now, guys, so hold all your thumbs, your paws, and everything in between, and let's hope for something tasty inside of our barge mystery box. Although I am starting to feel a slight tinge of buyer's regret, especially considering this weird barge face guy seems to be chuckling under his breath. Oh my goodness. Anyway, dudes, the diamonds are paid. Nothing left to do but to crank open the box. Here we go. Bam! Ooh, there's an insane amount of stuff in this not bad barge box here, guys. A cartographer's head, some ancient debris, a whole bunch of other stuff. There's gunpowder, there's diamonds, there's all sorts of good stuff in here. Oh man, you know what? For 42 diamonds, I reckon this has been a pretty decent deal. In fact, if we were to resell all of these items, they're probably worth a lot more than 42 diamonds. So I'm pretty happy with this purchase. Nice one, Grian. Thanks for the cartographer's head, I guess. Very awesome. Next up, a quick stop at Bigger Logs Incorporated to check on profits for the week, and oh baby, it looks like we've been making some pretty serious sales out here. And we've even managed to sell some crimson logs this week too, giving us a total of 2 stacks and a smidge of diamonds. Although a couple of them are called andesite apparently. Anyway, it's been a lucrative trip to the shopping district indeed. Very nice. It's yet another day in real life, Cyberdiggity dogs, and we're back in the hermit-infested jungle on the incredible canopy of Iskal's Omega Tree of Doom. I'm up here to see what the view of the Emperor's Fortress looks like from afar, and what better place to see it than from on top of another ridiculous mega build not far away from the Valley of Tatooren, am I right? As a side note, it's pretty crazy that the only way to navigate around some of the incredible builds of Season 7 is with Ender Pearls and Elytras. This really is the HermitCraft season of megabases, isn't it? Anyway, as expected, our base is starting to look absolutely insane. Although seeing the fortress from a distance has just made me realize just how much work I've got ahead of me today. My right-click finger is crying right now, my dudes. But the good news is I managed to completely cover the Emperor's Talon in Blackstone yesterday, and I'm so incredibly happy with how it's turned out. This landscape has been completely transformed and is starting to resemble the smoldering terrain of Mustafar rather nicely. Although we've still got a ton of detailing work to do in this area, including adding a mind-blowing amount of lava to this mountain to really bring it to life. But that's gonna have to wait for the next episode, my dudes, because today we've got a fortress to build. Right, so the plan for this morning is to completely fill in the outline of the fortress foundations we built in the last episode, and to be honest, I have no idea how long this is gonna take or just how many blocks of black concrete we're going to need to get it done. However, I've set aside the entire day today to get this done, and I'm hyped and ready for this grind because we be cooking with gas out here in the Valley of Tatooren, my dudes. So I tell you what, guys, sit back and relax, take a sip of your beverage, because you know what time it is. It's time-lapse time, baby.
Let's go.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say, my friends, that this is one of the most insane projects I have ever done in my entire life playing this beautiful game of Minecraft. My brain is an absolute mess. My right-click finger is a complete wreck. But the good news is the walls of the fortress have now been completely filled in with tens of thousands of blocks of black concrete. It's looking absolutely amazing. Well, my fellow Ren Troopers from all over the world, it's been quite the episode of HermitCraft this week, hasn't it? So much progress made, so many blocks placed. My fingers hate me right now, guys, but I gotta say, I am so incredibly happy with the progress that we're making out here. This place is really starting to come together, although the Emperor's Fortress literally looking like, I don't know, a glitch in the game at the moment. It's super dark and kind of just a cutout of the sky or something. But don't worry, we're only about 30% done with this project, and well, next episode we're going to start adding some really awesome detailing to this fortress, which is going to make it look a lot more like Vader's Fortress on Mustafar. But guys, jeez, I don't think I can spend another minute on this episode because it's taken quite a while to do. Although, to be honest, we made a mountain, we made a fortress, and some of you guys out there, some of you build nerds out there who have been tracking the resource progress that we've made this episode, yeah, we used a ridiculous amount of black concrete, actually a little bit less than I anticipated to fill this entire thing up, and it looks completely crazy in here, doesn't it? It's so dark. I don't know if you guys can actually see anything here, but yes, I've got big plans for the interior of Vader's Fortress. It's gonna look so sick. But yeah, we used about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 10, 11 shulker boxes of black concrete. We used every single shulker box of black stone, so 16 shulker boxes of black stone, and of course all of the smooth stone too. So an absolutely ridiculous grind this week for the episode, guys, but so worth it. Really, really pleased with the progress that we're making out here in the valley. And guys, please do let me know what you think in the comment section below. You guys have been giving me some amazing ideas for the future of the valley, so please do keep them coming. But guys, that's gonna do it for me today. I am knackered. I need to get to bed. I'm very sleepy, and to be honest, kinda don't want to see another block of black concrete for a couple of days. So I'm gonna call it here, my friends. Thank you so very much for watching. Hey, listen, if you enjoyed it and you are enjoying what we're doing out here in the Valley of Tatooren, smack the freaking like button. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, well, the Emperor's on his way from the other side of the galaxy. You don't want to miss out what's coming up next in the series. Smack that freaking subscribe button like it is no tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, my friends. I'm going to go to my real life hut, head over to the bed, and probably dream about black concrete for the next week or so. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Rendig signing out, and we'll smell you all in the next concrete-infested episode. Seriously though, guys, my right-click finger actually aching right now, and I really hope I haven't done any permanent damage. Jeez.